Hello my friends, well guys, the upgrade is ready. This is going to be Outpost number 9, level 9, and together in this long and exciting video we are going to turn this into a mercenary base. So hang around with me, I'm going to show you how to turn any base into a nice mercenary base that is going to do the trick. If it's not going to do the trick that good for PvP battles, it's going to be absolutely insane for PvE. So we're going to look at it. First of all, let's buy everything that is there, and then we nicely try our best to build a nice base. We're going to test it. I'm going to show you tricks and tips and all of that. So let's have some fun here. So the most interesting thing is obviously the third tent, which obviously brings a massive advantage. The bombing run is good as well. The focus fire is going to be interesting. The tank traps now, it's you have more walls, 2 more, very helpful. The base is going to be a little bit longer and all of that. Another bunker, which I don't use, but it could be interesting. So first of all, we put the tent down. We have to make a space there in the corner somewhere. This tent is going to be as close as possible to, well, it's going to be the closest to the choke point because it's the one that is, well, obviously a low level. We're going to have to upgrade it. Let's destroy that. We're going to have to upgrade. We're going to have to upgrade walls. We're going to have to upgrade so many things, and I'm excited for that because that being said, we can finally use our gold. I'm still upgrading the other things so I can actually move to CC10. That's going to be a long process, so it's kind of going to slow it down if you want a little bit. But again, I can upgrade tank traps, I can upgrade barrels, I can upgrade all the traps and all of that. So this is interesting. So first of all, let's place that somewhere there. You have to be extremely careful with your bombing run. You don't want your bombing run to destroy anything in your base. It's a tricky one, in fairness. It's a very tricky one. Well, we will deal with it as it goes. Again, I don't have a proper idea. That's how I like to build my bases. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to create a base at the end that is going to be working. And obviously, I'm going to let you know, guys, in the comments with the next, with our next defend reports, and tell you how it is, in case you want to inspire yourself through this video. Now, I'm going to add another structure there since I have the space now. For now, it's going to be a mortar. Later on, it's probably going to be a sniper tower, or it's going to be an anti-tank because we want the transport truck to stay as far as possible from our choke point, and it's a must to do that. Let's replace the commando. Commando can easily go now. Replace the commando, replace the colonel. I was thinking about that. It could be interesting to keep the colonel instead of the riots. We see how it goes. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep the riots there, obviously, and we're going to put the nice mercenary base. Now you have 3 options here. You can go all the way mercenaries, which is a good idea. It's going to be loads of units coming out. You can keep the riots for your choke point if you have veterans, as I do there. You can see it's 3 of them in front of my choke point, and I like that. Or you can actually add the colonel again for your choke point. Now, my choice for today's video is going to be, I'm going to have 3 mercenaries and 1 riot. I think this is the most suitable one for PvE and PvP. We're going to keep it that way. Now again, another thing that I want to show you guys about the traps there. That's something that you have to play with and you have to move around, and you have to, don't copy that, to be honest with you. I don't really know what I'm doing with the traps, so that's going to be trial and error. I'm going to attack my own base many times. I'm going to see all the situations. I'm going to try to use focus fire, not use focus fire. I'm trying to replicate what my opponents are going to do and see which is the best outcome. Now we can see, as I said, I can upgrade loads of stuff. I'm just going to use all my gold in there. I'm going to get it back, as you know, Alliance, Season and all of that. Loads of raid. I'm happy I can spend it somehow. While I am waiting for my structures to be done, I'll show you a little bit later. There's still loads of days to go. I'm not going to speed the progress. I'm not going to speed it up just to finish it, because I still have a lot of things to upgrade. I'm not just ready for CC10. We try to play smart here. We don't rush anything. So it's work in progress. It takes a while, but at least I can personally show you quality videos and all of that without me struggling and all of the other things. I highly recommend to everyone, if you can, wait for it, just make sure you're going to be ready. Now this is a small trick, that's how I know it. As you could see, I just clicked on the anti-tank. Anti-tank is 25 range and my commandos are going to be 20, they are 22, so it's kind of a little bit somehow you can actually see where to place them. I know for now, because my commandos are going to be range 22, I know where they are at this moment. They are going to shoot around where the last barbed wire is, and I don't want that to happen. I want them to shoot as soon as my opponents are going to hit the first or the second barbed wire there, and that's why I'm going to move them a little bit forward. But now let's focus on the more important things, which is how do we place the rangers there to be as tricky as possible. Now we don't have riots there to stop the opponent. We are going to have mercenaries, so I want my mercenaries to shoot the minute they can, to actually be able to shoot. And I know they're going to go quite quick the minute my opponents are going to actually get closer to them. They're gone, they're not riot. So I want them to do as much damage as possible straight away. Now there is another way to do this. You can actually get rid of the riot and add try to add the chemist, move the chemist around in tents and all of that, move all your tank traps and stuff like that. Try to get them where I put my mercenaries there, so they will shoot straight away the opponents. Well, obviously the opponents are going to get poisoned. That's a better chance for your commandos to shoot. I highly recommend, if you do that, use the kernel as well, but that kind of defines the purpose of having a mercenary base. That's why I didn't want to do any of those today. Now, so far so good. I'm happy with that one mercenary there. He's going to shoot at some point. He's going to stop the units from going forward. If at the same time I'm lucky enough to spawn a lot of mercenaries, they're going to shoot, and it's going to kind of create a choke point on itself. I showed you there, guys, you have only 3 units in the first 10 because it's not upgraded. I cannot remember what level it goes to 4 units, but when that will happen, we're going to have 2 units in that corner where it's just 1 now, 2 mercenaries. I decided to change around the AA because that can give protection to more things. You can give protection to actually my 2 mercenaries there. I'm going to change the walls around. There's no point to have level 1 walls against a structure that you want to have until the end of the game. I put the sniper tower there, but I think it's a mistake because sniper towers normally go with a missile. I don't want that to happen, so I'm probably going to add the anti-tank that is there. I'm going to add it eventually to, instead of the sniper tower. We see how it goes after that. I'm going to replace all the walls that I think are not necessary to be fully upgraded, which is one there. Because if my opponent is there already, nothing is going to stop them from winning, so might as well just give them an easy ride there. So we're going to put this. Nice. I know units can shoot through that gap. We're going to fix that a little bit later. We are not just there yet. Let's see now. Boom, 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 boom. Let's put that there. Lovely. And we're going to add that wall a little bit in front, but that's just in a minute. I'm just going to see. I'm testing this as I go, guys, so I'm just going to show you exactly what I think is going to work, and then at the end of the video we are just going to test the whole thing. It's going to be a light test again. I'm not going to try to win against it, because I do know I can win against it if I really want to. It's just going to be a light test and see if everything works. Let's see if the traps are actually going to destroy my walls, which is something that you don't want to happen. You want your walls to stay as long as possible, because you create this sort of choke point. We are going to see things like this. We're going to try, and as you know, guys, I would potentially change it again in an hour or so. I'm just going to try my best to get it as good as possible, I suppose. But this is just an idea of how you can turn any base into a mercenary base. Mercenary base, anyway, they're trending now. They're quite good. They're quite good against PVE modes, so why not? I'm going to block that, even though I don't think I want to. Maybe I can use that wall a little bit later somewhere else. That wall obviously is going to get upgraded as soon as possible, as soon as I can. But till then, let's see how it goes. I'm going to flip around those mercenaries. I'm going to keep them that way. They can shoot anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. Keep moving the structures around. And it's time to move the choke point a little bit forward. Not too much. I don't want it to be too easy for my opponents to attack them, but I'm just going to try to get that choke point, you know, and make sure even if the walls are down, my units can still shoot when it's necessary for them to shoot. So we move everything a little bit forward, not too much, because then the AAs are not going to be as effective. So I'm quite happy with what it is now. Probably going to move that wall a little bit forward, yeah, and then not too much. Yeah, that's simple. We keep it simple anyway. We give everyone a chance. I can move the tent a little bit forward if I want, so it's going to be protected against that. Well, the AA is going to protect it. Let's see now. Let's test it, actually, guys. You know what? Let's test it. I'm happy with what I got there. It looks okay. I don't see any weaknesses except the wall. So let's go and have a go. As I said, it's going to be a light test. I just want to see if everything is shooting and everything is reacting as it is supposed to. Okay, traps. Not really happy with the traps. I'm going to actually change them a little bit. My units are coming out. I like that. I'll show you the AAs. They are there. There is a small gap in between them. I don't like that. And you can see, as I was looking, the mercenaries just came out so quick and nearly got my transport track done there. You have to react instantly on those things, and you can see you kind of lose some units in the process. I could make it a little bit better. That's the bombing run. It wasn't too bad, but it did kind of damage my walls a little bit. Not too bad, actually. I'm going to actually leave it. It's good enough. I'm going to change that mortar to shoot a little bit more in the middle, as you can see. Oh, it does now. That's not too bad. My walls are going down instantly. I don't like that. But you can see the mercenaries plus my units can actually shoot. The barbed wire has to be moved a little bit. I'm happy with that. This is the AA situation, guys. There is the small gap. I'm probably going to try to fix that somehow. It won't be that hard, I'd say, but we're just going to move the AA closer a little bit. We don't want any gaps. Gaps give your opponents an advantage. It's not too bad. It's not too hard to win against. With 4 focus fire there, and you can see you can still use your bombing run and all of that, but it could be tricky. It could be tricky. 1 bombing run, it's enough. My structures, my walls have to get upgraded. We are not the best in the best situation with our units either. We don't have the skills fully upgraded. They are level 18, all of them in here. Is the max that I can do, but still far off from perfect. My perks are not they're not level 18, none of them, so we are a little bit far. I'm happy enough with that. I'm just going to change the barbed wire a little bit around. Probably going to change a little bit more in a second. This is so far I tested it again, and so far is quite good. I'm going to try to get that focus fire there. The reason I want to get that focus fire is it kind of works as a kernel for me. The minute if the full squad is going to reach the choke point and actually trigger that focus fire, my whole squad is going to shoot. That is most of the cases an instant win. If you have obviously fully upgraded commandos and rank 3 veterans, which we don't have now, but we obviously will have most of the times. That's the wall that I placed there. They could shoot. I could see it in the when I test my base. It's interesting. You can put a barrel there, but then kind of I'm probably going to move that barrel. That barrel is just going to explode the. It's just going to explode the wall. You don't want that. You don't want your opponents to be able to shoot that AA. That anti-tank should stay there for a long time, as long as possible. Probably going to use a trap there. Why not? And I'm going to move the bombing run straight in the corner, and that's just, I'm going to flip it and it's going to stay there just in case. We hope that someone is not going to really see it. They will eventually. But guys, that's it, guys. This is the bombardier base. I wish. This is the mercenary base. I hope I helped. But that's everything for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. If you can, please share with your friends. It does help and I do really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Turn the notification on. You will know when I upload next time, guys. As always, thanks for watching and I will see you next video.